Welcome to South Cali Billiards. We're based in Irvine, California, and proudly serve homeowners and businesses throughout all of Orange County. South Cali Billiards specializes in professional pool table services, including pool table moving, pool table repair, and pool table refelting. Whether you're relocating a pool table, restoring how it plays, or maintaining a table that's been part of your home for years, our focus is always the same: precision, care, and doing the job the right way. This channel is here to share practical, real-world insight so pool table owners understand what goes into proper pool table service before making any decisions. South Cali Billiards, trusted pool table experts for Irvine and all of Orange County. In this video, we're going to walk through the ins and outs of moving a pool table. Many people assume moving a pool table is as simple as picking it up and loading it into a truck, but in reality, a proper move involves careful disassembly, protection of the slate, precision reassembly, and exact leveling once it's in its new location. We'll cover what actually happens during a professional pool table move, the most common mistakes people make when trying to move a table themselves, and why the setup process is just as important as the move itself. If you're planning to move a pool table within your home, across town, or anywhere in Orange County, this video will help you understand what to expect and how to protect your investment. Let's get started.
All right, let's talk about something that seems simple on the surface, but is, trust me, a total beast of a project: moving a pool table. Whether you've done this before or you're about to try for the first time, this is the playbook you're going to need to get it done right. So the situation comes up, right? You found a great deal online, or maybe you're just moving it to the other side of the basement. It seems easy enough, but this is one of those jobs where a little bit of confidence can go a long, long way. In the wrong direction. I mean, what's the first thing you think of? I'll just get a few of my strongest friends, we'll get a corner each, and heave it onto a truck. It makes sense, but please do not do that. Why? Well, it really all boils down to one kind of shocking number. Yup, a standard 8-foot slate pool table weighs about 1,000 pounds. That's nearly 454 kilograms. We're not talking about a heavy couch here. This is a massive piece of stone and wood that demands respect, and more importantly, a really solid plan. So let's really get into it, because the weight, that's just where the fun begins. We really need to break down the actual complications, and I'm talking about the ones that can hurt you and your wallet. And check this out, the weight just skyrockets with size. A 7-foot table is already a back-breaking 700 pounds. But a big 9-footer, you're looking at nearly double that. And the reason for all this incredible weight is that playing surface, the slate. It's literally 60 to 70% of the total weight of the entire table. Now, if those numbers are making you a little nervous and you're thinking, maybe I should just call someone, well, here's the next number you need to know. On average, you're looking at about $650 for a professional move. But wait, that's just the average. The range here is just huge. You know, a simple move across town, no stairs, you might get away with a few $100s. But what if you're moving long distance, or you've got a tricky staircase, or a really complex table? That price can explode, sometimes up into the thousands. So this brings us to that big fork in the road every pool table owner eventually faces. Do you roll up your sleeves, try to save a bunch of money, and do it yourself? Or do you pay up for the safety and peace of mind that comes with hiring the pros? And this quote from a Reddit user who did it themselves, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The number one reason people even attempt this is to save cash. But as they put it so beautifully, it's not going to be a fun weekend. It's really the classic trade-off. You go the DIY route, you save a good chunk of change, but all the risk is on you. Risk of damaging the table, your walls, your floors, or even hurting yourself. The pros cost more, but what you're really paying for is their experience and, probably the most important part, their insurance. And this right here is the bottom line. This is what it all comes down to. This is not like getting a little scratch on a dining table. The slate is everything. One bad drop, one crack, one chip, and the whole table could be completely useless. That makes a DIY mistake a potentially very, very expensive one. Okay, so if you've heard all that and you've still decided, you know what, I'm going to do this myself, you absolutely cannot just wing it. You need a game plan, a precise playbook. So let's walk through the essential steps you have to follow to do it safely. Okay, rule number 1, and this is non-negotiable. The table must come apart. You start with the pockets and the rails. Then you have to be super careful removing the felt. You'll probably need a staple remover for that. Only then can you actually get to the screws holding down those massive slate pieces. After that, the legs come off and you wrap every single piece like it's a priceless artifact. And here's a pro tip. Get some little plastic baggies and label every single screw and bolt. Your future self will thank you, believe me. Now, out of all those pieces, there is one that requires almost surgical precision, and you know which one it is. The slate. It's incredibly heavy, it's surprisingly fragile, and it's the entire reason this job is so intense. So let's focus on how to handle it without a complete catastrophe. All right, listen up, because these tips are not suggestions. First, slate has to be moved flat, horizontally. If you try to carry it on its side, vertically, you create stress points and it can literally just snap under its own weight. Wrap each piece like crazy in moving blankets. And you're gonna need at least 3, maybe 4 people for the lift, no exceptions. And finally, label each piece so putting the puzzle back together is actually possible. So you did it. You took it apart, you somehow moved it, and you painstakingly put it all back together. But you are not done yet. The final, and I'd argue the most important step, is what makes all of that agony worthwhile: getting a perfectly level playing surface. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? I mean, you can do everything else perfectly, but if your table isn't level, the game is just broken. Every single shot you take is compromised. It's not about skill anymore. It's just about luck and frustration. For this final part, you'll need a couple of key tools. First, a good spirit level. And honestly, the longer, the better, it's more accurate. You'll need an adjustable wrench for the legs, of course, and a pack of shims for those tiny little micro adjustments. A little insider tip, go for the plastic ones. They won't compress over time like wood shims sometimes can. Okay, this process is all about patience. It's slow and methodical. You start by placing your level all over the table, side to side, end to end, even diagonally. You make the big adjustments by turning the feet on the legs, and then you use those little shims to really dial it in. And the final test? Just gently roll a cue ball across the surface. If it rolls perfectly straight, no matter where you roll it from, you've done it. You've nailed it. And, you know, in the end, this last step is about so much more than just a technical adjustment. It's about respecting the game itself. A perfectly level table means every win is earned, every shot counts. It's part of the craft of playing pool. Which really brings us to the big question, right? After looking at the 1,000-pound weight, the potential for thousands of dollars in cost, the very real risk of destroying the table, and that painstaking leveling process, is a perfect game worth all that effort? For people who truly love the game, the answer is always yes. But now, at least you know exactly what you're getting yourself into.
That covers the key things to understand when it comes to moving a pool table. The right approach helps protect the slate, maintain proper leveling, and ensure the table plays the way it's supposed to once it's set up in its new location. If you're a pool table owner in Irvine or anywhere in Orange County, we hope this walkthrough helps clarify what's involved and what to look out for during a move. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and we'll see you in the next video from South Cali Billiards.